This right here is a North American beaver, or Castor canadensis, one of two beaver species on the planet. After seeing this guy swimming, I've become obsessed, and I've done tons of research about beavers. I'm no expert, but did you know that beavers make dams? Alright, you might have known that one, but did you know that the beaver is the second largest rodent in the world? How much do you really know about the beaver? In this video, I'll tell you about how beavers have played a major role in the history of North America, and how they might play another major role in the future. But first, I'm going to tell you all the basics. Beavers are native to the northern hemisphere, both North America and Eurasia. There are two species of extant beavers, the North American and the Eurasian beaver, and they're fairly similar. Beavers are typically 35 to 70 pounds and between 3 and 4 feet long. Beavers typically live between 10 and 12 years, and throughout a beaver's life, their teeth will never stop growing. A beaver moves about somewhat clumsily on land but swims gracefully in water, where they make their homes in lodges and burrows along with their immediate kin. A beaver will spend its first 2 years with its family before setting off on its own to establish a territory along the best stream it can find. A beaver can travel a long way to find the ideal spot, and when it does, the beavers get to work. Beavers are ecosystem engineers. By slowing the flow of water in a stream with a dam, a beaver creates dynamic habitats for all kinds of wildlife in numerous ways. The pond the beaver creates protects the beaver, but it also improves biodiversity all around. The beaver has many adaptations for an aquatic lifestyle, from nictitating membranes over the eyes to a flat rudder-like tail useful in water transportation. There are even the facts that a beaver can hold their breath for up to 15 minutes, it absorbs more oxygen in a single breath than a similar-sized land creature, and the beaver's body has a higher tolerance for CO2. All of these things combine to make the beavers excellent swimmers. But these are not the adaptations that proved useful to humans. I want to focus on one major adaptation: the beaver's fur. The beaver throughout its entire range has long been utilized by indigenous Americans and medieval Europeans alike for their furs. Its coat, featuring a double layer of hair, is exceptionally thick. This coat is then applied with an oil called castoreum, which is secreted from a gland on the beaver's body. This oil coating improves the insulative and waterproofing effects of the beaver's coat. This means that the beaver's coat is great for keeping the beaver comfortable underwater. It has also meant that the beaver's fur has always been highly prized for its warmth and dryness. It's also great for making hats. The change in hat fashion spelled doom for the beaver, first in Europe and then North America. The felting quality of a beaver's fur made it the only material capable of creating a wide, resilient, and shape-holding brim, which people just loved. Later hats, well, they would be more conservative, but they would still retain that integral aspect of the beaver pelt for its many hat-related benefits. When the wearing of beaver felt hats became fashionable in Europe, it wasn't long before the last remaining populations of the Eurasian beaver were hunted to near extinction. The Russian Empire, once a beaver stronghold, saw its output of beaver pelt drop drastically after the 15th century. Coincidentally, as the European stock declined, the market saw an influx of North American beaver pelts, which by and large were essentially the same. At the time the North American fur trend began, there was an estimated 100 million to 400 million beavers in between the Arctic Circle and northern Mexico. One beaver dam for every quarter mile of stream in North America. What seemed like a limitless supply. What began as a loose trade between indigenous populations and passing European colonists expanded into a major industry that would eventually disrupt politics, change the course of the globe, and put a hat on every European's head.
Pretty good. I've been following this beaver for like 30 minutes now. It's time for a snack.
I guess this is one of his favorite places to snack because you can see all the debarked twigs around. Wars were fought, expeditions made, empires fell, and all the while, beavers were hunted. Through the 19th century, the beaver population of North America plunged, and with it the landscape changed. Effects rippled out which are only being understood today. 400 million is reduced to 10 million today, and the number of human inhabitants has soared. Throughout most of the beaver's range, it is seen as a pest, but the benefits of beavers far outweigh the harm, from recharging groundwater to slowing erosion. What if there's a way to cohabitate with beavers? Even now, there are places that are incorporating beavers into the design process of parks, and people are bringing the beaver back to parts of its historic range where it has been eliminated. Beavers are ecosystem engineers, and through their shaping of the landscape, they increase biodiversity and create a strong foundation for all life. What part do beavers have to play in fighting climate change? How might a beaver benefit us beyond a hat? There are plenty of ways. All we have to do is leave space for the beaver to do beaver things. I hope you liked this video and I hope you learned something. My name is Xandu Outdoors and I do all kinds of videos about the outdoors, so hopefully you can tag along and learn something. Like and subscribe, and I hope you have a great day.